What's up guys? Hope you're all good. Video to 1.5 times speed. Today we are going through yet another one of the best good looking loser articles, another one of his articles, or more like concepts, that helped me the most when it came to upgrading my dating life and finally getting good with girls and understanding more or less how girls work and how dating them, you should approach dating them and how you should approach getting better looking, handling the mental side of things, not going crazy. That's one of the big ones. This one deals with that. This is one that deals very much with explaining why things happen in the way they do. It's called a hardcore lesson in sexual availability. It's one of those concepts that's probably like applicable to basically everyone, not just girls. It's around this idea of explaining more or less the main reasons why you're probably getting rejected when you do. And obviously, when you get rejected, it can be quite a painful experience where you spend a lot of time second guessing yourself and like going through everything in your head. What possible reason could they have had for rejecting me? This whole article, it's not really the article that's important, it's a concept. And I was looking for like an article where he just did the concept of sexual availability itself, but I couldn't find it easily. So I went for this one instead. And he goes through this dating history he had with this girl and went through every different time when she would basically be all over him 1 second and turn him down the next couple of weeks later. And she was going through phases of being sexually available, which is the whole idea. Basically, what it means is the majority of times you get rejected, there was no chance of you getting anywhere at all because the girl was not sexually available. Whether that's because she's already taken, whether that's because she's going through some shit emotionally or with her family, maybe her dog just died. There are hundreds of reasons other than like that isn't nothing to do with you, nothing to do with what you did, nothing to do with what you look like, nothing to do with how you acted, where you would just not have any chance of getting laid with that particular girl. Or if you want to apply this both ways, that particular guy, if you're gay or you're a girl. I was reminded of this article recently reading a log post on Killer and Loser forums, which is kind of an offshoot of Good Looking Loser. I moderate the forum. Come by if you want to get into self-improvement. But basically, this dude was on Tinder, and he was freaking out because girls weren't responding to him, which I think is a little bit too far down like the line to be getting worked up about. But I understand when you've got like no options, you're not getting laid, you're new to everything. When girls just stop responding to you online, it can be pretty hard to take. And he was going through all these reasons why, like, she's probably found all these way better guys. I don't know, she probably doesn't think I'm attractive. All that. He was going through in his head, like, all these situations where this girl was basically just off having sex with all these other guys and therefore has completely, like, forgotten about him. And it's just like, no, like, that may be one of the reasons, but she also might just not have been, because she may have been on Tinder just to mess around. That's what a lot of people are. There's a lot of girls on Tinder to get validation. They're not really there to find sex. And if you deal with those girls and you don't understand that and you don't understand sexual availability, you're gonna like really hurt yourself. Like in your head, you're gonna get really fucked up because you're gonna assume everything's you're not good enough. Like, and everything will be blamed on your lack of looks, your lack of not game, but your lack of like social freedom and awareness. Tons of things you're just going to blame on yourself when really you had no chance. Like, it was just one of those situations where it wasn't aligned for you. And that's what the numbers game really teaches you, in that you have to keep like going until you find the girls that are sexually available. And that is how you actually get like a decent amount of sexual experience, because you actually go and find over and over again. You test and you find and you put it out there so that you get more and more chances to find these sexually available girls. That is the whole point. And he really kind of goes through in a relationship, not like a relationship, but like a friends with benefits situation, where even like friends with benefits will go through periods of, they're seeing you, they know who you are, but they are going to go through periods of being sexually unavailable as well. And therefore they're not going to be as reliable. So yeah, and he talks about how when he met this girl first, she wasn't DTF, she was sexually unavailable because she was going through some shit with her family. And then like when he hit her up like 2 weeks later, she was suddenly just available. Like she was in a different headspace, and she was available for him to go and actually make a move on. So that's really what sexual availability is about. It's kind of an explanation of why you're getting rejected a lot, which I hope helps people understand that it's not all about like your looks and your personality. Sometimes it's literally just them. And that's why you play the numbers game. So this happens less and less because you're already like, putting yourself out there enough that even if you go through like 9 people who are all sexually unavailable, that 10th person won't be. All right. Stay tuned for the next article I'm going to go over. Peace out, guys.